He's at the monitor as soon as you get in the gorilla position to go in the ring and out of the ring. He's right there. You can't. He can trip you if he wanted to. He's right there. He watches every match, every moment. Pain in the ass bullshit. I would say I'm not watching this. And someone else would. Nope. He watches everyone and knows has something to do with every spot. Knows every spot what's coming up. Wants to know every spot. And when he tried to get it out of me a couple times, I go, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. He goes, you got it. I said, no, I don't. Some of my best stuff is spontaneous. He goes, but not here. You can't be that way. It's got to all be programmed and approved. I said, I can't live like that. I can't be approved or have to get approval for everything I do. When I trust myself, what I'm doing is right, or what I think that I'm doing is right.
It's hard to think that far in advance too, right?
Yeah, it's hard to predict how the people are going to feel at a certain point of the match. You bring them up and down. It's hard to predict when they're going to be up and down. When they're up, you try to keep them up. When they're down, you get them up. But when they're up, you don't bring them down. You try to keep them up. And that you can't call in the dressing room. You got to call that on your feet. That's what used to be called a good worker from a bad worker. The ones who could call on their feet were considered good workers. Now a good worker is who can remember their script. Because I can't remember no script. I'd be a terrible worker now. I was like, man, Sabu's a dumbass. He can't even read. I never thought I had to read again. After I got out of high school, I was like, I ain't even read no more. I'm a wrestler. I ain't going to read anymore. Count money.
Yeah. Is this the same for every TV pay-per-view? I know you said the WrestleMania match you had was extremely scripted down to like the posing and everything. Was it like that for every TV as well? Or was it more loose?
It's a little bit looser, but not much looser. WrestleMania, we had to go over our match 3 days in advance. Say Monday Night Raw, you got to go over your match from probably noon until you go out into the ring, which is too much for me also. But 3 days before our match is really ridiculous, super ridiculous. Because the day of the show, I have moods. My mood for that day expresses how my artwork for that day is. You know what I mean? Some days it comes easy, some days it doesn't. But I never force it. It comes. Before the day is over, it'll come. But when I'm forced to come up with it at noon, I can't do it. I refuse to do it. When I'm forced to come up with it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I refuse to do it. When it comes to 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, yes, I'll do it. I'm down to the wire now. And that's when my best stuff comes out, when I start to panic a little. Noon, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want to lay down. I don't want to go to a fucking match all day long. And that's what they want you to do. It's always going over that match until you got it down. And then tomorrow, the same thing,